Alright, timestamp. It is 11:11, November 11th, 2024. It's like 3 minutes after midnight. I very recently got wakened up by a little puppy that needed to go outside. Puppy dad thing. If you saw my previous posts, whatnot. So we made it today. We had a car and everything. It was great. I'm a little congested. I'm not worried, but my sinuses can sometimes be a little weird when I wake up. So yeah, I'm still figuring out how with that would be Hex, messing with things. Puppies in is great for we're not going to let him wander until we get him more acclimated and all that. But boy, was he getting some levels. I'm awake. I'm supposed to be working in a few hours. I might go back to bed for a couple hours here in a minute, but I would do my daily check-in, or what I'm trying to make my daily check-in, because I've been horrible about that. But yeah, I know. Still figuring out how to, because I've done the video editing before, but with YouTube, I'm still figuring out how to do all that. I'll probably at least just post a still of me with the pup from earlier. Any of my Facebook friends, spoilage alert, you already know this one because you saw the picture. I posted it earlier. But short story long, we got there. It was about a 40-minute drive. And the Notisassa, he Hex. Hello. Hex thinks he's okay too, so that's important. You guys are gonna be buddies. This Hex is probably the most doggo friendly in the house. He actually plays with Sammy. It's kind of weird. It's fun. Sammy gets a little rough. Hex punches him on the nose, runs out of the room. Sammy will calm down. He's still, young and big, in respect to like how big Sam or Hex is. So we got there, and it's like a puppy Hilton out in the Notisassa. They do training and overnight kenneling and interesting place. It looked like a ski lodge. It is pretty cool actually. But the girl we were meeting with, Michael Myers, the other pup, was under her charge, and she was really trying to hard sell Myers. She brought in Michael Myers and Acorn, and Michael Myers. We got a little bit of video, but the camera on it is pretty shaky because they were puppies. Forgive. But Michael Myers was very rambunctious, which puppy, but was also a little aggressive with Acorn in ways that I didn't necessarily like, and Fix didn't really like. Not like, bloodletting, but the kind of grabbing, pushing to the ground thing, the dominance thing. And Pix, bless her, didn't actually like get obnoxious or angry or whatnot, but she told me couples do this. She kind of whispered in my ear while we were playing with the puppies and talking. She was like, Myers is trying to bite my face. It's like, okay, that could be a problem. A little too unruly. You can break them with that at that age, but not off to a good start. But Acorn, they both came in the room, and initially they were just like, it was big room, playroom toys, crates in the corner. I mean, like a 30 by 30 room. This is, where indoor recess happens. So they got dropped off in the room with I'll call her Lori. That'll work. Lori came in, and the puppies came in the room, and they're on the playground. They're on the indoor playground. So it was like, hey, we're here, yay! And Lori's trying to encourage them. No, people. Go talk to people. And so they both kind of came running over. Myers sniffed me and then just went elsewhere in the room. Acorn sniffed me, sat down, and started putting his paw. I was kneeling. Started putting his front paws on my leg. It was like, hey, 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 tail going 180 miles an hour. And I loved on him for a minute. And then he looked over and saw Pixie and ran over to her and did kind of the same thing. We talked with Lori for a bit. She was really trying to hard sell Myers, He's a really good dog. He's just really excited. And it's like, but he's not excited about us. And she mentioned while we were talking that, he stays with her because she's the foster and she has several Malamutes, which, cool, not small dogs. And I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, okay, you play rough because you're playing with Malamutes all day long. You may feel a little threatened. You are used to playing rougher. We've got kitties who, yes, they will throw down. But I don't know if I want you being this aggressive with, Stevie or a 4-pound cat. I think you're the wrong fit. I think you're going to be a great fit for somebody. But the more we were talking with Lori, Myers kept going over to Lori. And she said, oh yeah, well, he sleeps with me a lot. And she's like, I'm hoping, she said something like, I hope we find him a good home. And I'm like, he's already found one. Because in my head, I'm like, he's already made his choice. You're having a hard time getting him introduced because she had a whole litter. Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. It was a Halloween litter, She's having a hard time getting him placed. He's been, posted for like over a month. And I'm thinking to myself, it's because he's not looking for a home. He's already got one. Your mom. The other ones, maybe not, but this one, he chose you. And I even told her, I'm like, he's already got a home. He already made up his mind. I'm thinking to myself, you do this all day long. How have you not figured out that this dog's already bonded with you? Exactly, X. See, he understands. But, I hope he finds a great home if he's not able to stay in the one that he's already got. Because I'm pretty sure he's already made his choice. And I've done this before. She may not think that he's her dog, but he thinks that he is her dog. That's where his mind is. Acorn was still a free agent as of today. But not anymore. So, yeah, I got an Acorn. I'm still fine-tuning the name and whatnot, but I actually like Acorn. There are some place saver names out there that the adoption places use, and they're just ridiculously bad. Like, if anyone actually keeps the name they were using, it's either ridiculous or even cruel, Acorn, it's not bad. It's not bad. I can work with that. But, yeah, I'm going to see if I managed to post a picture the other day of the bearded dragon that is living in our backyard. In the guess or predict events that will happen in 2024. That never made the list. While working on the yard, you will discover a 15-inch long bearded dragon living in your backyard. Wasn't even in the top 100, Never made the list. But so yeah, that. So I have a puppy named Acorn. Okay. Okay. Hey, Doodle. So yeah, the training will begin, and I haven't had any interaction with my mom today. Tomorrow's Monday, or technically today. I'm supposed to start making phone calls to try and get my dad help and coordinate there. It's ridiculous trying to get a hold of anybody at the VA on the weekends, so I didn't even make the effort. And I told Mom I wasn't going to and she agreed. She's like, yeah, no, that's just not going to work. So I still feel like I'm going to be getting one of those other phone calls. My mom was way, way too forthcoming. The past 2 phone calls I had with her with information that I figured I would find out after she passed, or that I was going to have to pry from her on her deathbed kind of thing. You know, stuff I need to know to be able to take over and do things. She's very, very tight-lipped about those things, which, privacy, I get it. But I'm your guy. You know what I mean? It's like consulting with your lawyer. You tell your lawyer the crap. The lawyer knows not to say it in court, or, just to his buddies at the bar, but you tell your lawyer these things. Oh, I have no idea what I'm drinking right now. It's good, but Alex made it. I don't know. It's good. He gets very barista. I mean, he mixes stuff and whatnot. Definitely did some cinnamon in there. Not too much, though. Thank you. I don't like a whole lot of cinnamon in coffee. Sometimes people go kind of butt wild, and it's like, oh, please don't. I like cinnamon. I don't love cinnamon. With the whole pre-diabetic thing, I'm adding it to a lot of like fruit concoctions and whatnot that we make around the house. But I don't want to, like mainline cinnamon. It's just not my thing. But it has medicinal properties, which are kind of cool. And I can't order them here for some reason from Walmart. I'm wondering if on the when I get to Leonardo, if I can order them from there. Because sometimes things have like blackout areas where you can't order it to get delivered to a certain place. But if you change locations, okay, we can ship it there. I don't know, which is weird. But apparently, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Ceylon. It's Ceylon, because there are a couple different types of cinnamon. I don't know. Now I know this. But Ceylon apparently has a lot more of the qualities and properties that you want for like blood sugar maintenance. So I'm trying to get a hold of that. And I did find a vendor on Amazon that actually has I don't remember the ounceage, but it's like three jars for like $18, which the same jar is like $6 from Wally. Okay, I can work with that. So when I get paid, I may go ahead and drop that in the Amazon cart. I've got it saved, so start using that. It's like an organic Ceylon, so it's going to be a lot better for me without the crap, all that, because I would like to get my blood sugar in a place where I never become diabetic. That would be cool. I have seen what can happen with it. Could I live with it? Yeah, it's a manageable, livable thing, but man, I got the emphysema going on. Let's hold off there with, life-altering, potentially fatal diseases and whatnot. Let's just stick with that one since I can't trade it in. I can't discard and redraw, whatnot. So, and some of the alternatives could be a hell of a lot worse too. So try and do the right thing, keep that at bay, and live an incredibly obnoxiously long life. That's the idea. But yeah, no interaction with my mom over the past 2 days. I did talk to her briefly Saturday afternoon. Very brief. But she told me a whole bunch of stuff that nothing like bad. It wasn't like dirty secrets of the family. Just stuff that I didn't even know to ask. Like she told me about, and it's nothing major, it's a couple $1,000. But she told me about an account that she had to do paperwork on. It was in her maiden name, and basically the state sent her a letter saying, if you don't change this over to your married name, we're going to take the funds. So she sent in the form. I didn't even know that existed, that account. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, so this is here for you. This is waiting for you. And that kind of comment, like, this is here. It's set up. Expect a letter from this company that it's my money, so it's your money. That kind of interaction. It's like, oh, okay, you're settling your bar tab because you're planning on leaving the tavern. Okay. So that's where we are there. And I mentioned this to somebody earlier today, and they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And it's like, I'm going to be a wreck when it happens, and I know that. Because I'm definitely more of a mama's boy than I am my dad, But I've been crying off and on for 2 years now because I expect that phone call every day. So I don't know, and I don't think it's not callousness on my part, but I don't know how many more tears I have, because I've been living with their death for 2 years. If that makes sense, if that in some way, shape, or form has anything remotely close to an understandable thought there. I don't know. And then the adventure really begins. I want to get in there and get it over with, but I don't like the price. She asked that we not go through any of her. This is something else she said to me. She's like, do me a favor and don't go through any of my personal things or get rid of any of my personal things until I'm gone. Do me that courtesy. I was like, yeah, no, that's not a problem. When we were trying to help them a year and a half, 2 years ago, whatnot, if we had our way, we would have been, selling off the clothes that she wore, in her 20s, that she was never going to wear again, that got worn twice, in 1962, it's real vintage clothing, barely worn. But, they were her precious things. She couldn't part with it. So it's like, okay, all right. We will stop touching things. I wish we could have started on that just because it's going to be a 2-year gig going through all of those shenanigans. We could have been a lot further along. They're precious things. Maybe I'll feel the same way when I get that age. I don't know. But we're kind of trying to streamline and keep the things we actually care about and just sell the things we don't. Because there's no point to, keeping a suit jacket that I wore 30 years ago and my body's changed and it's out of style and all that. If I'm not opening a theater, there's no reason to do that. Whether I'm opening a theater, I'd love to, but period clothing is nice in the wardrobe, but But even then, you've got to have a show that actually corresponds with the piece, or it's just sitting there collecting dust and moth. So, I don't know. I don't plan on keeping my mom's wardrobe, though, because I just don't plan on keeping my mom's wardrobe. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. But I have an acorn. And I hope Myers has a wonderful life. And I think he's already found his place, even though she's in denial about it. You know, it's that whole he's chosen you, wake up, open your eyes kind of thing. Maybe she will. I don't know. But in the meantime, acorn. So yeah, I managed to post at least post a still of the bearded dragon that I was talking about in the backyard. We took a couple of stills earlier with me with acorn, so I'm probably gonna try and pop one of those on the US Tubus. You know, that way you can actually see what the little guy looks like and all that. He's a real dog. It's not in my memory, my imagination. I'm not hallucinating. Real puppy. He's cute. Oh, he's cute. Yeah, I think we're gonna go along pretty well. Train him up. When I say that, I'm not like, I'm gonna train that dog. He's gonna be a massive killer. He's gonna be just, the basics. How to be a gentleman. Sit, lay, I don't need a circus animal or anything like that, but I need him to, when I say hush, I need the howling to stop. He's a hound breed, so I don't know how well that'll work. I'll try. Anywho, I'm gonna grab another hour or sleep, or maybe two. I can feel it. Make it a great day.